Let's reverse sear something. I think I've done this before, but I'm gonna do it again. So I got this big, chunky, hunky monkey right here. It's a ribeye. It's a rib cut. So here we go. Now, the question comes down for me personally. Do I do it in this oven? Because reverse searing is as follows. A lot of times you'll see people put the steak in the pan, go tss, tss, and they'll take that pan and put it in the oven and then just let it come up to temperature. Reverse sear is the opposite of that method. You decorate your meat however you like with seasonings. You put it in a low oven, the oven temperature you'd finish at, so 200 to 275. And then when you're about 10 to 15 degrees under where you want to end, which in my case for that piece, like 130. So I'm looking at 115 to 120, somewhere in that range. Let's go 117 and a half. So at 117 and a half degrees internally, you take it out, you go to a cast iron pan that is at a billion trillion degrees, which I'll use the back barbecue burner for, and then you go, and it's done. So let's do that. I guess the first thing I need to do is cut that open. Then season it. Then again decide if I want to put it in the toaster oven to get that thing going, or the big oven is a big oven. It's a big oven. It's what that's for. My only question is, how long do you think it's going to take? Because I don't like to keep my toaster oven on for like, well, I'll just have to click it over to on. Set it to, I'll leave, you know what? I'm even going to set it to turbo, because here's my thinking on this. I know, why aren't you sous videing the steak, Zeus? Why don't you sous vide that bitch? Well, that's what reverse sear is basically trying to do. It's an air sous vide, which makes no sense because the whole word sous vide is about in vacuum underwater. So I don't particularly pick sous vide for meats. If it's this piece of thick, and this thing is like 2.5 inches that way, and it's a square. In the sous vide, this would be perfect, and I'd take it out and I'd sear it. So instead of going in the sous vide, we're just going to put it in the oven. And I think that's going to help because it's going to remove a little bit of moisture. When I take something out of the sous vide, a piece of beef usually, and I dry it off, and then I try to sear it, it's too moist. It's actually too moist to grab a crisp, and that's why I got the deep fryer. I had to deep fry it once. There's a video on this channel of me deep frying a steak. Go find that. Cut off all your whiskers? That would be mean. So I like dry aged steaks are dry aged steaks because guess what the word is? Dry. Dry. You concentrate the meat. The meat gets a little bit smaller and a little bit more flavorful, and then it's dry. So that's what we're gonna do. Essentially, we're gonna dry it out like you would dry out beef jerky. Now I just defrosted this today, and it's still got a little. I can still feel the center is solid, which is probably going to make our cook time longer. But it doesn't matter to you because I'm going to stop the camera for that, aren't I? Lucky bastards. I want to eat this now. So, just throw everything on the floor. You hate it all. You're a masochist, sadist, kitchen optometrist. It definitely has crust on it from the last time I cooked. We're going to probe the... I'm not going to probe it yet. I'm going to season it first. That's warming up. I'm going to make instant mashed potatoes because Zeus is lazy. And French cut green beans. And we're going to do those in this. And we're going to use that. And I got the temperature. I want to see exactly how hot it goes. I want to see how hot I can get my cast iron pan. I think there's a point where it's just too hot. And we're going to see if we could find it. Did you break off, you prick? You bastard! Did you break or did you just fall off? I can't tell. It might have broken. Let's see us be able to fix it. Nope, it's definitely broken. Now that's where the magnet is, which means don't touch it now. What? What? Now, I'm going to dry off my meat. Just get a little bit of this. You can see it's wetting down the pan. We're going to try to just get things to not be soaking wet. That's not hard to do. But now that your hands are nice and beefy, let's touch all our spices. Should I crust it in signature russet potato flakes? No, don't do that either. Now, I've got a chart here, because I bought that oven thermometer, and I was going to put it in the big oven, but I used the big oven so little, I decided to verify the temperatures on this here. So if I set this at 200, it's 240. If I set it to 250, it's 250. If I set it to 300, it's 340. If I set it to 350, it's 340. If I set it to 400, it's 375. It's completely a mess. So I'm going to set this down to like 225, and we'll see where that ends up on the actual thing, because we're there already. We're at 225, so it should do nothing. It should just shut off. Standard steak seasoning, which this is not a very large pan, so I'm going to have a lot of mess when I go and do this. Garbage pail is still broken. We're having a dance of dragons. No. Now this is a gigantic, thick piece of meat. Very thin pieces of meat, you got to be careful how you season them, because the seasoning will just take over. But when I cut this, the seasoning's going to... You're guaranteed to have parts of that meat that are an inch plus away from the goddamn seasoning. So feel free to season correctly, i.e. immensely, i.e. all over the damn place. Ow, hot water. Ow, ow, hot water. Now, I put this on the pork. That was good. I don't think it's going to work for beef. What I do have for beef that I haven't used in a while, I don't know why I exaggerate the H's. Pumpkin spice. No, everything's gone to hell now. By the way, Twitch stream coming for me. Me personally, it's not going to be a cooking... Actually, you know what? This one might also be very pork. Oh, man. Look at the size of the stuff in there. I don't even know what most of it is. There's a lot of rock salt and... See, it has to smell like what I want my steak to end up like. And that smells more chicken or pork, not beef. I should have in here, however, one thing that was gifted to me a long while ago. There it is. From Andrea. No, to Andrea from Uncle Michael and Uncle Rose, Aunt Rose. There we go. And that is Adam's steak rub. Also big chunks of things, but specific for steak. Oh yeah, that's like it's got like a sweet umber. Now, if your meat's too dry, after drying it off, you can spritz this with oil. And on the fat part here, really go nuts, because that's gonna, the fat will absorb all the flavor that you're adding. This is not a very Zeos meal at all. He's actually flavoring things. I think I'm gonna cook it fat side up in the oven so that it will sort of, I want the fat to dry out the most, because that's another thing when you sous vide. When you sous vide, the fat will break down a little bit, but it won't dry up. It won't shrink. So that's good if you want your steak to stay the right shape, but I like to chew on my fat because, well, American. I like to chew the fat. And the fat never gets, you can't put it under intense enough heat at the end of the cooking process to make the fat a delicious, chewable mess. We're at 275 already, and I'm at 225 here, so we're gonna lower that to 200. Because stupid shit. I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to that, just though. Just a bite of. There we go. I think we're good. Now it's time to probe. That's what your mom said. That's what your mom said. This shouldn't be that hard to find the dead center of it. I just want to figure out the best way to go in. Now, it should still be solid in the middle, like it is. Yeah, I definitely feel it's frozen. Looks like San Diego, honestly. San Diego. Is that going to fit with the probe in it? Yeah, it should. So, I will monitor the temperature of this. Burn my knuckle. Also, I like the fan running on this, so I know it's on. Because this unit, I've explained this, that this particular unit had a problem. Can I get the alert to actually stay on now? Set that to the temperature I want, which is low, which is what, 115 we said? I'm going to set it to 113. And hopefully my alarm will say. I need a new one of these. This, when you turn it on with the timer, it goes tick, 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 tick. But if you go to turn it off, sometimes it'll keep going tick, 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 and then click to just permanently on. Which is bad news for everyone but the fire marshal. He loves when your house catches fire. So I'm leaving that in. We're looking at we're still at 270. So we'll see what that jump down to 200 does. Why is my timer running? Oh, I don't need that to run. It's 7:08. We'll see when this hits 113 degrees, and then we'll start the rest of I'll have potatoes to do, or instant, who cares, and that's a can of beans, which are probably not warming up. And a cat! She's stalking me. Fifth Element soundtrack, go get it. Change of plans. Goya yellow Spanish style rice. Because I love when the blood from the meat is on the plate, and then you got the rice, and you just, oh, that's perfect. So that's 2 cups of water and some unsalted butter. And I was like, oh, I better wait till this is done. No, 25 minutes I've got to boil this shitty rice. I really need just more of these because these are all I use. Those dead bugs in there? No? Good. It's always good when the answer to that is no. Now it says cover tightly. Issue with that being, these pots, which I spent a pretty penny on, have these like pour spouts on either side, which sounds like a good idea. You know how often I pour out of these pots? Fucking never. I don't have to be on high either for that. Boil for 1 minute, then cover tightly and reduce heat to low. Well, we can boil for 1 minute on 7. So, okay, so they've got like pour spouts. That's fine. Except the lids, and I think this is that lid, has these vents on it. And it's like, okay, well if you do that, it doesn't vent. If you turn it, it still vents. There's a gap. So, moisture that's supposed to be trapped in there, because it's a measured amount of water for the rice is going to absorb 2 cups of water. Except when a quarter of a cup or a third of a cup flies out over 25 minutes, maybe even a half cup. So what I usually have to do, I'm going to lower that now, is get ingenious and make plugs. Not butt plugs, just vent plugs. There. So wet paper towel will insulate that. So this is what happens when you buy expensive pots. They need to be plugged up so they don't leak steam. That still sounds violent. It's still trying to creep out. 25 minutes on the clock. We're at 90 degrees inside this bitch. Now, I have it set to 113, so by the time I take it out and it sits on the counter, it'll be at 115. It's just basically going straight into the pan, which is this pan. So we should go open up. I don't cardboard in my main garbage. It's all mostly garbage. It's ready to go out because I have to bring it to my car. It's very consistent at 225, by the way. That thermometer has not moved with that at 200. Trying to do the timing. I want this on there for at least 5 minutes getting hot. It's covered, so I have to uncover it. That's going to take at least 3 minutes. That's 8 minutes. If I wait for this to beep, no. So I can't wait for that to beep. At the rate it's currently climbing, which is at 92 now, when this hits 105, 106. When this is 106, it'll beep. I'll raise it back to 115. I'll go open up the barbecue. I'll get this pan on there. I'll come back in here. It'll be at least 5 minutes before it goes from 106 to 115, in which case I will take that, carry it outside, and do the sear on video. It'll be great. And this will have 21 minutes to go. It's like I'm multitasking. And this is prepared. If you could tell, I've prepped this can of beans by placing the can opener on it. Haven't pierced it yet. I could even carry it around like this without piercing it. But that will be an instant open because I don't actually warm up green beans. I don't like warm green beans. I like cool green beans. It saves me a load of time. So yeah, at 93 already. So okay, yeah. 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 Jules Satir. Satir. Yeah. Yeah. Jump scare? Jump scare?
That was working joined today.
Yes, I get it. Did you know that Keanu Reeves plays John Constantine in Constantine, and then he plays John Wick in John Wick? So who's really to believe? Who do we believe? Yeah. Who do we believe? Who's the real John? Or is it John Constantine Wick? Which, by the way, Constantine, good movie. Doesn't get enough play, number one. Number two, had the best sidekick you could ever have in a movie. Same sidekick you get in iRobot. Same sidekick you get in Indiana Jones 4, which was a terrible movie. But Shia LaBeouf, crawling through your attic, gonna come and fuck you in the face, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf was perfect for a sidekick. In any movie he's been in. I enjoy Shia LaBeouf running around being everyone's sidekick. Oh, I forgot about that. This broke, and I think I discussed it in my last video. Did it actually shatter? It doesn't look broken though, is the thing. Just doesn't. Oh, wait. No. Why am I able to move that in and out? See, I'm not getting any. Oh, that's on. That's not good. I have the smell of impending gas explosion. What is that? It's actually daytime out here, sort of. So either I'm getting a pliers to actually click the starter. I'll have to figure out a better permanent system for that. Punch you in the mouth. Your name is Shia LaBeouf. Ow. Option number 2. Light fire with fire. Alright. And then look how it just stays on for like... Go out. It's not supposed to do that. It's just stuck. This thing is old. Note to self. When you're watching this video, Zios, to look for a link. Link one of these and buy another one. Okay. Try to find the middle where the flames shoot up to the side evenly. Greasy rags away. You away. Be back in 4 minutes. I'll do HTML for them all. I even got a home page for my dog. 111. Now this, I think we've lost all moisture in it, which is... See, there's 8 minutes to go and there's not enough water in this. That's what happened last time. Okay. 3 degrees, that'll be ready to go. You could open this up, and yes, I washed this can before I did that, so you don't push the cooties into it. He's a remorseless eating machine. Let's dirty a dish just because it'll look prettier. 7 minutes on that. 2 degrees left. Let's watch Constantine for 2 degrees. Let's check my messages for 2 degrees. Nicotine is calling me. It's a trap. What did he say? Come on, John. What are you doing here?
Now, at least 3 feet high. Move! Oh, my God! Now!
There he is. Shia LaBeouf as a child taxi driver. Because what year was this? 2005. How old is... Someone do the math on IMDb. Figure out how old Shia LaBeouf is in 2005. Because... Taxi driver sidekick Shia LaBeouf.
Oh. This is Kramer.
Just talking to himself. He's the Rob Schneider of his era. Where Rob Schneider was the sidekick for a long time. In like every major action movie. Now where's Rob Schneider? I don't know. No one knows. 1 degree. Oh, he's just so good. Okay. Okay. Part of... I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Now, I'm gonna need a thing. I have longer ones of these. I think they're just buried where I can't even see them, so. Look how nice and... Oh, yeah. And I could even use some of that grease when we go outside. This is still recording, right? I put it right back in this. How's my rice doing? It's 5 minutes left from the rice. Wait. Now there's 5 minutes left from the rice. I'm gonna set it to real low. Shouldn't take us more than 5 minutes to really sear the crap out of this. We also shouldn't need any oil because I'm gonna put the fat side down first, and it's gonna give us oil or grease or love, however you want to define that liquid. No one closes the door, ever. That pan is on fire. The pan itself is on fire. That's new. I guess that means it's hot enough now. Spontaneous combustion. That is hot. Jesus. This is exciting now. I'm unsure of the physics reason why that is doing that, but I like it. Is it so hot that the cooking oil and grease is literally combusting? It's like there's gasoline in the pan. Oh, I didn't bring out... I didn't bring out the thermometer. Wow, I'm honest to God impressed. See, this pan cools down instantly. That's another reason I like this pan. There's no blowing it out. All right, we're going to pretty sure that's the hottest pan that has ever been. Stay. That's one for the books. I sprayed it with canola. Spray with canola. That means there's a smoke point, and if you exceed that smoke point, it'll smoke. But how about if you exceed its like legal limitations? Does it just catch fire endlessly? Because that's what I was just looking at. Officially the coolest like steak searing ever. That's got 2 minutes left. This, need to buy a new one that actually shuts off. That's there.
Hey Zeos, are you gonna, or did you ever consider reviewing the Axon 7 as a music phone or music codec device?
Axon 7, what the hell is he talking about? Is it a phone? Because then no. People stop asking me to review phones, please.
It is a phone.
Get a phone, buy a phone, sign into Google, download apps to listen to music on a phone that I've got it. No.
It even comes built in with Dolby Digital 7.1 equalizer and stuff. So.
What? Oh, fuck. All right.
Dolby approved.
Dolby equalizer. Come. Use come. So let's see. I think we'll let it rest for a little bit. I mean,
I'd honestly like to hear your opinions on it, if possible.
it tastes like shit, I'm sure. Don't come asking me for advice if I'm not working. I won't give it to you. Or I will give it to you. It'll be bad. So we got a minute on this. Oh no, I've accidentally gotten this spoon in the grease. Oh no, look what I've done.
Sorry, what?
That's terrifyingly bad. I've had to download a Rogue One for like a month. Me.
I don't have Netflix. I get everything off of Showbox. Basically, Cody Frank.
Alright. I'm hungry, you're hungry, my dinner is ready. This is basically rice. I'm going to save myself the trouble. Pour out some liquids. Boom. So that'll get sort of warm. Clean that out with this thing. Make myself a plate like a human being. Until I figure out a better place to put this. You could do down, you could do up. Just do it. Just do it. That's all fat. Wow, the crisp on that is just absurd. I think I'm supposed to slice it like this, like it's a roast. Well, that was immediately red on the end. It smells like a hamburger. That is definitely the correct way to cut it. Oh yeah. Now, if you join the Patreon, which is linked in the upper right hand corner, or in the description, you get to be part of the elite group of people who are in a Telegram conversation with all of us. Where the hell are they? And I get to send you pictures of my food. And you get to send pictures of your food. That is impressive. I'll place that focus down. Just wow. Don't you want to be in here? Don't you want to be part of this elite group? Look at this elite group. Lemon Coat, say something. All right. Let's do a severe piece. Look at her. The couch is so far away. Mmm. It tastes like fire. The good kind. Try. You hit her in the face with it, she licks her lips, and then she understands it's food. Gotta smash a cat in the face. Mmm. What a crisp. It's like a potato chip. And that seasoning's not half bad. Especially now that I've blackened it. Alright. That is successful. Here. That rice is very hot. I'll show you how the physics work of this. See? Already it's probably absorbing all that terrible, terrible greasy blood. Or juice. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. Yes. Reverse sear method. And the hell pan. Literally the hell pan. Well, it was on fire and I put the thing in and it never went off fire. You tell me, someone figure out the science of that. Talk about it in the comments. Patreon in the corner. Elite chat group. You join high enough in the Patreon, my sister bakes you cookies. Or my cousin will do something for you. I haven't decided yet. Probably disgusting. And you go even higher. Well, I don't know. I don't want to cook for you people. You'll all die of heart disease.